It is the tradition at each Tri Delta convention to pause to remember those who have died during the biennium. This year is different than any other year. Not only are we pausing to remember online instead of together, we have significantly more on our minds than most years. Today, we are remembering 20 Tri Delta sisters, past presidents, past officers, several volunteers, and collegiate women. But we also remember those who were not named today, the many lost to COVID-19, the sisters who have lost family members and friends. We honor the many Tri Deltas who were on the front lines of this pandemic, the doctors, scientists, nurses, and more, as they risk their own lives to help others.
In this time, we know we need others more than ever, even if we can't physically be with them. I hope that as you are reflecting on these names and hear their stories, you will sense each woman's strong character and her devotion to Tri Delta and her community. I hope that in remembering these fine women, you will also reflect on the ways that you can reach out to one another.
We begin by remembering two of Tri Delta's past presidents. These beloved sisters left a meaningful and lasting legacy, paving the way for Tri Delta to continue helping women live, learn, and lead with purpose for a lifetime. Jean Hunt Gaines was initiated at Theta Pi Chapter, University of California at Los Angeles in 1951. She died March 21st, 2020. Jean served her first leadership role in Tri Delta as collegiate chapter president when she was a sophomore and served the fraternity for the rest of her life. She served as a district chairman and was elected associate director for House corporations. In 1978, she was elected to the executive board as finance director and then was elected collegiate vice president. Jean was elected president of Tri Delta in 1984. During her first term as president, the Delta 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 Foundation was established. And in 1988, Jean presided over the centennial celebration of Tri Delta's founding, which was held in Boston. After her term as president, Jean continued her service to Tri Delta, becoming Tri Delta's delegate to the National Panhellenic Conference, then serving as chairman of the Fraternity Bylaws Committee, assisting with Tri Delta's archives, and serving as a trustee to the Tri Delta Foundation from 2001 to 2007. Normita Eyre, who served on the executive board with Jean, described her as smart, organized, poised, capable, and yet fun-loving and approachable too. Normita said she is sure Jean is busy in heaven, making sure things will be in order when the rest of us get there. Angela Hackett Driver, initiated at Pi Chapter, University of California at Berkeley in 1950. She died July 31st, 2019. Angela was elected as Tri Delta's fraternity president at the Centennial Convention in Boston in 1988. During her time as president, she helped lay the groundwork for the National House Corporation, which was established by vote of the convention delegates in 1992. She is remembered by those who served with her on the executive board as committed to providing extra support to collegiate chapters who were struggling for various reasons. Before serving as president, Angela was elected associate director for convention planning and then alumni vice president on the executive board. Following her term as president, she continued her service to the fraternity, most notably with the Overlake Washington Alumni Chapter, where a biannual award recognizing an outstanding member of the chapter is named for her. She was especially devoted to helping the Theta Omicron chapter at Whitman College and served as their collegiate district officer. Carol Farmer, Tri Delta's parliamentarian, served on the executive board with Angela. Remember, Angela's strength was her talent to develop a member's full potential and leadership ability. She valued others and their talents and gave voice to their ideas and concerns.
At convention in 2000, the first Women of Achievement Awards were presented to recognize Tri Deltas who have demonstrated achievement and leadership in their volunteer, philanthropic, civic, or professional pursuits. Today, we remember 3 Tri Deltas who were trailblazers in their chosen careers. Lee Phillip Bell was initiated at Upsilon Chapter, Northwestern University in 1948 and died on February 20th, 2020. Lee was an American talk show host and soap opera creator. During her career on Chicago television, she hosted over 10,000 programs. She went on to co-create two of American television's longest-running soap operas, The Young and the Restless and The Bold and Beautiful. She was the recipient of several Daytime Emmy Awards, including a Lifetime Achievement Award in 2007. She was a Tri Delta Woman of Achievement in 2006. Lila Banks Cockrell was initiated at Theta Kappa Chapter, Southern Methodist University, in 1940 and died on August 29, 2019. Lila served 4 terms as the mayor of San Antonio, Texas, becoming the first woman to lead one of America's 10 largest cities. She was credited for pushing for more diversity in San Antonio administrative positions and was described as the iron fist in a velvet glove. She was a Tri Delta Woman of Achievement in 2004 when she welcomed Tri Delta to San Antonio for our 50th convention. Ann Rivers Siddons was initiated at Phi Theta Chapter, Auburn University in 1955 and died on September 11, 2019. Ann was an American author who wrote 19 novels set in the South. As a writer for the Auburn student newspaper, she wrote a column favoring integration, and after which she was fired. Her first novel, Heartbreak Hotel, published in 1976, was based loosely on this experience. Her book, Outer Banks, was loosely based on her lifelong Tri Delta friendships. She was a Woman of Achievement in 2004.
Tri Delta's executive office is staffed by many loyal and devoted women and men, many of whom have worked there for years. They have a deep commitment to Tri Delta's values and providing an experience of excellence. Today, we remember one of those dedicated staff members, Holly McMillan Thompson, who died March 13, 2019. Holly was a member of Alpha Chi Omega, who was the former Senior Director of Information Technology at Executive Office. She served in several positions for nearly 8 years before losing her brave and bold battle with cancer at the age of 39. Holly was described by her coworkers and friends as thoughtful and intentional. She was truly an inspiration to the Executive Office staff and the many Tri Delta volunteers who turned to her for assistance on anything having to do with technology. She is especially remembered during convention, as she served as the announcer for many meetings and events, and her creative ideas for using technology were enjoyed by all in attendance.
We now pay special tribute to 4 beloved collegiate women. Their time with us was short, but they had an impact on their collegiate chapters and on all those who knew them in their campus communities. Heather Baumgartner was initiated at Epsilon Beta Chapter, Lake Forest College, in 2017 and died on July 21st, 2018. Heather had just completed her 2nd year studying business at Lake Forest at the time of her death. She was serving her chapter as secretary and loved the world of designer fashion. She is remembered by her chapter as a beloved sister whose memory will always be cherished. Elizabeth Rathjen was initiated at Theta Kappa Chapter, Southern Methodist University, in 2019 and died on May 1st, 2020. Bet was a sophomore at SMU with a double major in psychology and health and society with a minor in neuroscience. She served her chapter as the Collegiate Alumni Relations Chair. She is remembered as a strong, determined, bright, and ambitious young woman. Mara Binkley was initiated at Alpha Eta Chapter, Florida State University, and died on November 2nd, 2018. Tri Deltas everywhere were devastated to learn of Mara's death as a result of the tragic shooting at a yoga studio in Tallahassee, Florida. A senior, she was serving as her chapter's vice president of chapter development and had also served Alpha Eta as the Panhellenic delegate. 19, Mara's parents established Mara's Voice Research Fund at Florida State to focus on research and responding to causes and effects of firearm violence. In addition, the informal living room in the beautiful new chapter house at Florida State has been named in her honor and is a favorite gathering place of the members. Mara is remembered by her chapter as a light within Alpha Eta, endlessly loyal, fearless, and profoundly devoted to those she loved. Catherine Groggett was initiated at Theta Tau chapter, University of Idaho in 2016 and died on September 14th, 2018. Catherine was a junior studying nutrition and food science when she died as a result of a car accident. At the time of her death, she was president of Theta Tau chapter and had also served as a member development chair and Panhellenic delegate. Catherine was described as a shining example of a selfless sister who always thought of others and led by example with honesty, integrity, and kindness. To honor Catherine's memory, Theta Tau chapter established the Catherine Groggett Memorial Scholarship through the Tri Delta Foundation.
We now pay tribute to 5 women who, through their gifts of leadership and commitment, serve Tri Delta as elected officers and trustees to the Tri Delta Foundation. Their dedication to Tri Delta inspired us, and their unselfish contributions played a part in the continuing growth of the fraternity. Judy Johns Jenkins was initiated at Biro Chapter, University of the Pacific in 1965. She died March 1st, 2020. Judy was a devoted Tri Delta volunteer who served as a collegiate district officer and a regional program chairman before she was elected as associate director for alumni membership development in 1998. She was the first alumna advisor for Gamma Rho chapter at Pepperdine, where she served as a mentor to our fraternity president, Kimberly Sullivan, who said that Judy taught us it takes bravery to be kind. Gloria Dana Netherton was initiated at Delta Pi chapter, University of Illinois in 1944. She died December 22nd, 2019. Gloria served as the Associate Director for Special Projects from 1982 to 1986. She was the expert on anything having to do with collegiate chapter bylaws, serving as chairman of collegiate chapter bylaws for over 20 years. She is remembered for her thoughtful correspondence and attention to detail, and most of all, her delightful sense of humor. Gloria Hoffman Snyder was initiated at Theta Zeta chapter, University of Texas in 1955. She died December 21st, 2018. When Gloria died, her obituary in the Dallas Morning News said she was a Tri Delta every day of her life after pledging at the University of Texas. Her many years of service included being elected Associate Director for Membership Development and Associate Director for Collegiate Chapters West. In 1976, she was elected to the Executive Board as Membership Director and also served as a trustee of the Tri Delta Foundation in its early years. For over 29 years, Gloria was the head of Parish Episcopal School in Dallas. Gloria was a steadfast friend and mentor to many Tri Deltas who were loved, encouraged, and challenged by her. Jane DeWald Spikes was initiated at Phi Eta chapter, Texas Tech University in 1955. She died April 26, 2020. Jane was a dedicated Tri Delta volunteer who served on the Foundation Board of Trustees from 2004 to 2010. She also was president of the Dallas Alumni chapter and was a successful real estate agent for over 40 years. Jane was involved in a tragic accident in 2010 and suffered a traumatic brain injury. Despite multiple surgeries and hospitalizations, her courage and enthusiasm for life led her to learn to walk, talk, eat, and breathe again on her own. She never gave up. Donna Axum Whitworth was initiated at Delta Iota chapter, University of Arkansas in 1961. She died November 4th, 2018. In 1964, Donna was crowned Miss America and then had a diverse professional career as a television personality, professional speaker, author, and university professor. She served Tri Delta as a trustee of the Tri Delta Foundation and was a co-chair of the Capital Campaign for Tri Delta's former executive office building in Arlington, Texas. A scholarship in her name is awarded through the Tri Delta Foundation to a Delta Iota collegian each year. She was an honorary chair of the Building the Bonds Capital Campaign for the Delta Iota Chapter House and was present for the house dedication only a few days before her death. We also remember 5 loyal Tri Delta volunteers. Anne Stanley Laverty, initiated at Phi Chapter, University of Iowa in 1985, died November 22nd, 2018. Pat Cook Libby was initiated at Alpha Omicron Chapter, Duke University in 1949. She died June 28, 2018. Betty Hawkins Thompson was initiated at Theta Kappa Chapter, Southern Methodist University in 1953. Betty died October 14, 2018. Judy McGovern Waltemath was initiated at Kappa Chapter, University of Nebraska in 1958. She died September 19, 2019. Sandy Newell Watkins was initiated at Omega Delta Chapter, Iowa State University in 1961. She died November 25th, 2018.
In 1 Corinthians chapter 13, we hear that now faith, hope, and love abide, these 3, and the greatest of these is love. As we reflect on our friends who have left us the last 2 years, may we be reminded of the hope their lives offered, have faith their legacy will encourage others to be stronger, and share the love that binds us together.